Right, okay. So this is the third video. I really screw it up. Let me get this happening. Okay, I'm just gonna hold it with my hand, just only for you guys. So let's go for a little bit driving, right? I got my remote and let's get going. So it's about 3 minutes and let's drive this car. I'm gonna turn on the air condition and I'm just gonna drive it. See, the oil temp is very low still. So we're just gonna drive it at this sort of very steady pace, okay? Now, the way to drive this, all the 40 years old would know that when they used to have the Americans push rod V8, okay? You know, sometimes because this car was built in 2008, okay, it's like having a propeller airplane that was built in the 50s. You need to have an old captain like me, and the old captain that used to drive those push rod V8. Now, I know that American cars don't have this rod bearing issue. I don't know why Great Hitler Nazi built this kind of stuff, but then Tiger tank wasn't perfect. Tiger tank was very needed heavy maintenance, and it has the strongest armor in the front, on the side, on the top, but it has the worst armor on the ass. You know, all German products, they have Achilles heels. Now the problem is that when you want a reliable product, you buy things like Lexus. Okay, you buy this made in Japan, Yamato, sushi thing. But you know why we don't drive this? Because it doesn't have the Nazi power. It doesn't have the superiority. Look at the leather in here. Look at the smell in this. You know, in Taiwan, when I drive this out there, whatever woman I picked up, you know, and with my fatty chin, you know, they always think I'm loaded, despite I'm driving a 10 years old M3. And basically, I'm sort of like a mechanic. Okay, let me open up the garage. And so you can see, I haven't revved anything over 1500 RPM. Okay? I haven't revved anything so you got to treat this like a manual car. As you climb up the hill, just go very gentle, because your gearbox is still not warm. Okay, your MTL F1 fluid is still not warm. Okay, we are getting some temperature happening on the oil. So right now, all the rubbish talk that I did, we only got 15 minutes. We still got another 8 minutes. This is a problem with the 10W60 oil, guys. It needs forever to warm up, and BMW doesn't want to tell you this. However, on the current shape M3, I don't even know what the number anymore because I can't afford one. I don't remember it. Okay, I think it's called F80 or something. Now they use a manual, right? They use a manual. It tells you you should drive 8 miles before you use the launch start. Now, why would they do that? Because all the BMW engineers knows that the car, okay, I'm not wearing my seatbelt. Sorry guys, let me put on my seatbelt. Because you know, it's late here, it's 12:30. Everybody gotta work tomorrow. I can't sleep. Okay, I've been playing with my Beagle. I can't sleep at all. And let me put my seatbelt on. No cars behind me. Where's my seatbelt? Okay. Alright, shut up. Okay, so we'll keep driving, and you can see how I normally drive in the morning, and you can see how my tackle bar works. So I do stop and I check if there are any Asian Ninja scooters that will trigger my side airbag, you know, they hit my door and my liver explode and I fucking need to get operation. Oh, sorry, my first F words. So you can see 1500 RPM, shift up, 1500 RPM. So I had to push a little bit, 1500 RPM, we push a little bit. We just drive like a little Corolla, 1500 RPM. Okay, you'll shift to 7 key eventually. Now the engine oil is still cooking. The engine oil is around probably about 90 degrees Celsius. Not even 90, it's about 70. I can't read it well because I gotta watch for the scooters. I got scooters coming, I got Tangos coming on my left. So we go 1500 RPM now. This is how I drive in the morning. Remember guys, those times of GC8 WRX with a manual, with push rod. Remember guys, born in the 1980s, when we used to drive the manual car, we respected the engine. We respect the engine, okay? BMW M car, AMG C63, and all that hoo-ha cars. After all, in 2008, they still couldn't get many things right, okay? So it was still a very old technology car for this. For example, all the turbos now are water cooled. A water cooled turbo, it's got like a little the stock car gives you a water cooled reservoir, so it doesn't have this E55's overheat power losing situation. So it's still 1500 RPM, driving 1500 RPM shift. So you can drive like this until hit 98 degree on the engine oil. Then your 10W60 oil is cooked, and then you can start to play some Madonna music, you know. I always have this belief. Let me have some crap talk while we reaches 98 Celsius on the oil. The crap talk I have is that I think all the cars in 2008, you gotta play the music of 2008. Okay, having this sort of older M3, having this sort of older 986 Boxster, it reminds me of your teenage time. It reminds me of all the women that slam on your door. Now, I never told you that 986 Boxster that I had, the right-hand side passenger door doesn't work anymore. Because my ex, she kicked the door so hard, she broke the door handle. Now, I didn't want to fix that because that's going to be a sentimental value memory. Now, you can see the oil is cooking, okay? This is like a cook show. She's cooking, man. The egg is about to boil. Okay, she's heating about, still not the temperature that we want. So 1500 RPM shift, 1500 RPM shift. And now we are obeying citizen. The car in front of me is not doing faster than me. And nobody's honing at me. 1500 RPM shift, 1500 RPM shift. It's gonna hit the magic 98 degrees Celsius. Now, according to the tachometer, the temperature is ready to go. But on the 10W60, you should just give that extra 3 more minutes after the tachometer says honky dory. Okay, so shifting gear 6, gear 6, gear 6, gear 6, gear 6. It's gonna go up to gear 7. Now the scooter is beating me, but that's how you respect an M3. A car that was once nearly 200,000 US dollars in this country. $100,000 I gotta give it to this government, and the government doesn't really do anything anyway. Okay, so you can see we're driving here. Okay, it's all good. It's okay. We are ready to go. We are ready to go, gentlemen. So it's now time to play the music of 2008. The M3 is fully warm up. The M3 is all warm up. We're ready to go. But I'm gonna do a U-turn because I'm gonna head home and sleep. And the reason why I made this video was because I had a diarrhea, because I had too much Starbucks. I had a late night and business is very tough. And so what I tend to do is when I go home to cool down the engine after all the thrash, same thing. I put in the lowest setting of the gearbox, so the differential's heatsink, you know, will get some air coverage to cool down the fluid inside of the heatsink. And then I turn off the air conditioning compressor and I leave the air on, compressor off, air on, for about 3 minutes before I arrive home. This will remove any moisture on the condenser. And then remember, cabin air filter is very important. Now, I just want to finish up with a summary. It doesn't matter what brand oil you use, really, okay? You can kung fu my ass and say I'm a son of a bitch by using the 10W60 and all that. Oh, look, we got a Maserati Quattro Porte here, right? Okay, now, the problem with Taiwanese when they drive a Quattro Porte is that they never rev it, you know? All these people, they say, oh, I can't rev Italian car. I can't rev Italian car. You know, I drive this thing and I beat so many Quattro Porte. Apart from the beautiful wife that they carry in there and the beautiful front of the car that they have. And then, you know, probably some pistol in the back of the boot. And they want to kung fu my ass all that. He's going to run the red light? Nah, he didn't run the red light. So basically, they don't rev the car. They don't, all these people, they got more money than me. I should be in that car. Okay, I shouldn't be driving this German car. I mean, this German car is very good. It has a road bearing issue, but that car is slow. My friends WRX will eat that for breakfast. But the leather seats in that, hallelujah, glory to God. You know that leather seat? That is like Bellissimo. That is like Giorgio Armani. That is all power trip, but I can't afford that at the moment. So, you know, maybe I'll steal the badge a bit later and do a video on it. So basically, 10W60 is my religion. And the final thing is that if you thrash your engine a lot, there's another theory that my mechanic always says is that if this video gets a good hit, I'll teach you guys how to do a partial oil change. Okay, it's a bit like lowering cholesterol in your blood. If you do partial oil change, you're still gonna extend your engine. You're still gonna get a better overall oil flow. You don't have to change your oil at 5,000 miles. You can change it at 3,000 miles. Just change half of it, okay? Because you're still gonna get a better oil flow. For this part, next time, if I get some good video hit, I will do a review on a Lamborghini Aventador, because one of my friend, he runs Gangster Joint, and all these Taiwanese rich kids, they go there, they gamble on the underground casino. Then when they lose money, they can't pay for the debt, and what happened is that the gangster takes the the Lamborghini Aventador, and then they rented it out, and I was one of the customer. But that's got nothing to do with cars, okay? So guys, thank you so much. I know I talk so much crap, but at least this video only costed maybe 17-20 minutes of your life. If I wasted your life, just, you know, swear at me. Now, if this video get about 100 hit, I'll start to put on some Asian illegal drag race, and to show you a few things. Ask me any question about cars. I can give you the Asian perspective. My name is Tim. I'm from Taiwan, and my English should get better next time. Have a good night, everyone.